You know, Dan, I guess you're wondering where's Andy Golden. Andy Golden is in Hollywood making a little commercial for the star maker, Steve Martin. And by the way, did you see my picture of the lovely round page wrestling magazine? The star maker has struck again. I got one thing to say. Tonight, since I call this shots, Terry Knight, he's going to take Rick Michaels out once and for all. And by the way, you know, I turned on Rick Michaels in this ring, and I had forgotten about all that. Dan,
oh, for Pete's sake. This is supposed to be Eddie Golden. He's not in Hollywood.
And introducing his opponent,
Hollywood, Florida, maybe.
four-time NWA World Tag Team Champion, the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.
Rick Michaels, according to several of the staff of the World Wrestling Federation, consider this guy one of the most untapped, most gifted talents around, working the so-called independent circuit. However, we have him here at NWA Wildside. By this is the fact he is one half of a former three-time NWA World Tag Team Champion. Should tell you something right there.
Absolutely, he's got an impressive resume, if you want to call it that. Certainly his list of accomplishments. Oh, let's set him apart from the rest, absolutely. And certainly tonight, Terry Knight, in this last match of the first round of the NWA Wildside television title tournament. And what a tournament it's been so far. 3 great matches, 1 travesty.
Suffice to say, yeah.
And certainly the brackets are set now as we head into round 2 after this bout.
Certainly, what you got to give. Whoa! A fast press on Terry Knight. Rick Michaels opening up on what's left of the head of Terry Knight. And Steve Martin at the ringside. Oh boy, there's a hip toss. Also last week we saw some of the up-and-coming superstars of NWA Wildside, all of whom are trained by Rick Michaels, the gentleman you see on the left side of your screen right now.
Absolutely, not only a student of the game, but a teacher as well.
And he plays one on TV.
2 counts on Terry Knight.
Now Terry Knight is certainly no stranger to belts. Good Lord, he held the national championship longer than any athlete, as far as the best of my knowledge. He's held it for longer than truly anyone else. That shows Terry Knight is a purveyor of one of what you might call the old school philosophy. But then again, he takes things out of this grab bag of goodies out of literally the year 2002. He's one of the most surprising guys around, a very durable guy, and full of so many surprises. And apparently, Steve Martin, Mr. Wildside's guy.
Absolutely he does. And certainly, I think Terry Knight is a living example of a guy who has been in the business a long time and has evolved with the business, has kept up with the younger cruiserweights, and has added parts of their styles to his offense.
So you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt in this lifestyle. The wrestling business these days is awfully cutthroat. We know what's bizarre, because you can tell it's the only one major national wrestling promotion, or perceived to be as such. Although I think here at NWA Wildside, with all of our national coverage of all these incredible stations across the United States, I think we're making more than a few inroads in the wrestling scene. And I think we got the finest wrestling talent anywhere. Forget the cliche, but it really is true.
Michael Terry Knight, fine examples of that, Stephen Prazak.
A fine example of getting your front end realigned by Rick Michaels, as Terry Knight is now recontemplating his career path. And I don't blame him. This is the last match in the TV title in the first round of the TV title tournament. The people who have advanced so far is Rick Michaels' tag team partner, David Young. He's advanced. Adam Jacobs, we saw, advance in the TV title tournament via forfeit. Technically, I guess it's a count-out, but the way I look at it is a forfeit. Because the injured Onyx, I should say, no en casa. And we heard an update earlier from Dan the Dragon Wilson that the C4 and C6 vertebra of Onyx are in rough, dire straits at the moment. I can certainly understand his presence not being here, but the fact that we have Adam Jacobs and Jeff Bailey pretty much laughing at the expense of Onyx is truly uncalled for. But to the surprise of absolutely nobody.
Well, they will not get that opportunity. They will not get that chance in round 2. You can rest assured.
And earlier on, we saw Jason Cross advance in the TV title tournament, defeating a very game Dango win. Actually, Dango had Jason tapping out, but alas, referee did not see that. But however, the fact remains Jason Cross also advances. And here is the last match, Rick Michaels and Terry Knight. And right now, it's a toss-up. Oh, snap in the neck of Rick Michaels. Terry Knight is so damn good.
So explosive, able to come up with an array, a bevy, a smorgasbord, if you will, of diversity in the offensive arsenal. How's that?
I love commentary like that, Jeremy. You got to come back next week. I have no idea what anything you just said. However, our main event this week,
pretty much saying he's damn good. That is Terry Knight.
Good. So I like the Cliff Notes version even a little bit better. Once again, our main event this week, AJ Styles taking on John Phoenix. Yes, a rematch from about 4 weeks ago here on NWA Wildside. Two of the most amazing athletes you'll see anywhere. And hell, we got him here in Wildside, and that's your main event this week. We're going to take a quick break right now. We'll be back with more of this TV title tournament match right after this.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you're damn right I don't.
But I'll tell you what, Star Maker or not, when he is here in this arena, he's all business. Not afraid to stick his nose in things like that.
Yeah, he's right now in the business of Rick Michaels, putting the boots of Michaels as right after Terry Knight threw Michaels against the security rail. God, what shape can Michaels be in right now? Boy, Michaels in a rough shape. And you got to be in the top of your shape to be facing Terry Knight in anything, especially in a match where so much is on the line. And in this case, it's the TV title.
You're exactly right. The implications of this match definitely going to be shaping the course of the rest of this tournament for the vacant NWA Wildside television title.
In case you guys are wondering, the reason it is vacant because Robbie Rage, the previous TV title holder, could not get away from his New Japan Wrestling commitments. We certainly understand that. Robbie Rage hopefully will be with us again once again in the near future. Rage is a scary competitor. I hope again we'll see him here. It's always a pleasure calling his matches, and hopefully we'll be seeing him again in the very near future.
Reversed by Rick Michaels.
The power of
Terry Knight.
Wow, the power of Michaels really setting Knight over the top rope into the loving hands of Steve Martin. Note the sarcasm.
Rick Michaels. Both men taking a little chance, a little opportunity to catch their pairings. And with a match that has so much at stake, not a bad idea. Mr. Wildside out on the ring apron, certainly making his presence felt here.
Oh no, Knight going for a chair. Steve Martin has the referee's attention diverted. Good Lord, Knight has got Michaels' head shoved inside. Oh God, dear Lord. Oh heaven, he dropped an elbow on the damn chair right on Michaels' face.
In pain. Look at Rick Michaels.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding in pain. You know, Terry Knight doesn't need to do this. He's dangerous enough by himself.
He certainly is. And look at him capitalizing on that very move. And certainly Terry Knight looks to be in the driver's seat in this matchup, the final matchup in the first round tournament.
Well, Terry Knight showing the pro that he is. He's sticking to the head. Since the head was like squeezed like a pimple inside of that chair as Knight dropped an elbow on it. Michael's face, unfortunately, sandwiched between both parts of that steel chair. Good Lord.
Fans, don't forget, yet to come tonight, AJ Styles, John Phoenix. Your main event this week on NWA Wildside.
Two guys who have raised the bar so many times, we need a calculator to tabulate them all. Oh, Terry Knight now showing that you-know-what eating grin at Steve Martin. Thinks he's got Rick Michaels in the palm of his hand, but you and I know Rick Michaels. We know that's not exactly the case.
Absolutely. Rick Michaels, basically, at this point in the game, Terry Knight toying with him a little bit. You'd never want to count like a guy like that out, like Rick Michaels, but certainly at this point, at this stage in the game, Terry Knight with the obvious advantage. I stand corrected.
Michaels, as they say, was doing that old-time-honored Greco-Roman tradition of playing little possum. Yeah, then he certainly suffered through the slings and arrows of the offense of Terry Knight, but apparently was not as injured as Terry Knight believed. And now Michaels in the driver's seat. Whoa, short arm clothesline, and down goes Knight. A short arm clothesline. That was part of the Iron Sheik's way of dating other women.
Pardon me.
Yeah, it works so well, believe me. Love that story. Oh no! Super kick, and Terry Knight drags referee Speedy Nelson in the way. Speedy's been in the way of an awful lot of wrestling moves.
That's the second move. Come on. Poor Speedy. Well, Terry Knight with a chair.
What the hell was Speedy? How about Rick Michaels? Oh, good heavens, he ducked a chair shot. Yeah, I'm afraid Terry Knight didn't duck. A flying dropkick right to the mush. Oh no, Michaels has the chair. Oh,
Rick Michaels has the chair. Oh no, low blow.
Oh no, Steve Martin in from behind, crotching Rick Michaels. Now Terry Knight with the chair. And now lariating the body of Rick Michaels onto the chair.
Oh. And that has got to do it for Rick Michaels. Can he recover from this? Terry Knight going to the top rope. Referee Speedy Nelson still down and out.
Terry Knight going up the top very, very slowly.
Hang on.
Wait a second. I recognize that a lot. That's the Sinister Minister's laugh.
Steve Martin, I'm watching you.
The Sinister Minister's sinister laugh.
The Sinister Minister is not even here, but we've heard his voice in that notorious laugh. Oh dear! And Michaels has in control. Rolls up. Terry Knight. And he succeeds. He moves up in the TV title
Ladies
tournament.
and gentlemen, the winner of the match and facing in the television title tournament, the original chosen one, Rick Michaels.
Well, even the best of game plans backfire, and that is the case with Mr. Wildside and Terry Knight.
We heard the laughing voice of the Sinister Minister, and apparently that's all it took to divert the attention away of both Terry Knight and Steve Martin, who actually at one time had Rick Michaels in the palm of their hands. But no, the Sinister Minister getting involved, just audio-wise, and that changed everything.